All right, y'all, we back at it one more again. Right now, we're gonna be trimming some spare ribs. Show y'all how I do these. Just gonna pat them dry. That nastiness off of them. And what we're gonna do is cut off this little flap meat right here. You can see, just gonna cut it off. No big deal. Come through. Cut that skirt off. In the trash. You're gonna go clean off this little stuff that's hanging off the side over here. Little frills, little hanger-ons. Alright, so this customer doesn't want St. Louis style to where they be real short, but they do want some of the rib tips. So I'll still go fairly high. Just take out that top little area. See, still got some of that knuckle, some of those rib tips still on your bones, on your ribs. That's the end of the rib right there. Then you got a little extra up here. A little extra of the tip. And we'll come off down here to the end of the rib. And maybe about 1 or 2 bones from the end. Just gonna round it on off. Okay. Gonna round it on off. All right. And these are gonna be the rib tips. Okay. It's gonna be the rib tips. You can see that good, there's still some good meat there. Put that in the pan for later. There's a little fat left on these things, so we're gonna trim off just a little fat. Just a little fat on that rib tip there on the end. We're gonna trim that a little bit off. Not a lot. Just so it ain't falling in the pit. You know, creating flare-ups and stuff like that. And we're gonna go to the peel off this membrane. On pork ribs, I do peel off the membrane. No matter how many ribs I gotta do, unless I'm doing, I guess, like, you know, 100 or so, I probably just score them. But since we only got 8 today, we're gonna get us a butter knife. Count maybe 1, 2 or 3 bones in. We're gonna get up under it, on that skin there. Pry up a little bit. Pry up a little bit more. Pry up a little bit more. Get your thumb up under it. Work it as far to the other end as you can. The further you get to the other side, the better it'll peel off. Okay. Let your butter knife help you. It won't cut it. It won't cut that membrane. It'll just help you, you know, peel it back, peel it up. And once it kind of peel back, sometimes you get it all in one piece, sometimes you don't. Get it? Pressure down on one end, pull off on the other end. Just that simple. Got a little bit left on there. Just go back, get on that bone, that hard bone. That way you ain't digging down into your meat. Get up under that membrane and work it. That's why I say it's best to go all the way across. That way you can get that whole thing off at one time. That's your best success rate, to get it all off at one time, is going all the way across. So, and just Get your little handle like before. Get a good grip on it and peel it off. Alright. That's it. Take off this little handle piece right there. Take that off. So it look good. Like I say, your food look good, it's gonna taste good. Your food look good, it's gonna cook good. It cook good, it's gonna taste good. Now, this little fat piece that's on the end of these ribs here, this one ain't that bad, so I ain't gonna worry about it. If it's really, really caked up, I'll trim some of it off. But otherwise, I don't even worry about it. All right, we're gonna do one more for y'all just so you see. Understand what's going on. It's that flap, that skirt meat, flap meat, whatever you want to call it. Take it off first. It's in the way. We'll tell y'all one thing. Every slab does not have the membrane on it. Sometimes they get taken off. I don't know how they determine that or what, but sometimes you get a slab and the membrane already taken off. So if you use your butter knife and go to getting up on that membrane and it looks like that fat is exposed right there. That fat is exposed. I'm gonna see if y'all can see the difference. See how it kind of gets shiny and clean these bones look. These bones here are a little dull, like they got a film over them. You can feel it as well. It's real slippery right here and slick. These, without the membrane, has a little texture to it, a little rough texture. All right. Next, we're gonna hit these tips. Take these tips off. Go kind of high. Go straight across. And then round it on off. Like that right there. Alright. And your rib tips. Another rib tip. Okay. Gonna be some good eating, y'all. And last but not least, let's clean up this side over here. And got all that. Now, get up under that second bone, second or third bone, lift up. Some people say, I ain't gonna say some people, but it's another technique, another way to peel this membrane. So get up under there like that, get that thumb up under there. If you get a paper towel, it helps you grip it better. Get your paper towel after you lift up the membrane, put it down on it, and like I said, it helps grip that membrane a lot easier. And I can pull it off. I can pull it off real good all at once. And so that's one thing about using the paper towels. They do help you grip it a lot better, but who got the money to be spending on all these paper towels and stuff? I know I don't. So sometimes I use that, but most time I just, you know, backhand it. All right, y'all. That one a little thick there, so we might trim it off a little bit. Trim some of that fat off there. Just to, now it's starting to get dull. fat out that end. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Let's see. All right. That's it. 8 slabs down. We'll season them up. We'll season those up probably the morning of the cook. I'm not gonna season the ribs overnight. I'll season them the morning of, and we'll cook at about noon. All right, we out.